Arrow, Second Chances, written by Molly Driscoll. Teaser. Interior Starling City Jail, night. A slimy Wall Street type, Jimmy Greaves, 55, grabs his personal effects from the guard.
Better luck next time, boys.
He slowly buttons his designer suit jacket. Intercut with Rick Flag's hideout, continuous. A wannabe Rambo, Rick Flag, 50, buttons his Kevlar bulletproof vest. He's military through and through, so he's simply known by his last name, Flag. Interior Starling City Jail, continuous. Jimmy slides his Rolex on his wrist. Interior Flag's hideout, continuous. Flag slides a military-grade watch on his wrist and sets the time, 800 hours. Interior Starling City Jail, continuous. Jimmy fastens his Gucci belt. Interior Flag's hideout, continuous. Flag fastens his belt lined with grenades. Interior Starling City Jail, continuous. Jimmy struts down the prison hallway into freedom. Exterior, outside Starling City Jail, street, continuous. A stretch limo awaits him. Jimmy takes a deep breath.
Freedom.
Interior, Flag's hideout, continuous. Flag takes a deep breath.
For freedom.
He lines up his sniper. A long green laser stretches out the window. A deadly loud crack as the bullet jets through the sky. Exterior, outside Starling City Jail, street, continuous. Jimmy lies lifeless next to his limo. End of teaser. Act 1. Interior Foundry, night. Oliver and Diggle huddle behind Felicity in her computer bay. Her largest computer displays the local news. Intercut with local news, continuous. A reporter stands on the street where Jimmy was shot. Yellow caution tape and police vehicles line the crime scene.
Jimmy Greaves was released from jail tonight after being found not guilty on 10 counts of embezzlement and fraud.
Cut back to the foundry, continuous.
I guess you can't outrun the law, or at least a sniper.
It was one shot, clean hit.
Professional. Someone wanted this guy dead.
Try half of Starling after he swindled them out of their pensions. It should have been a slam dunk case.
Heavy pounding on the steel steps signals Sara's arrival.
I mean, not a slam dunk. No case is a slam dunk. Sure, it seemed open and closed, but what do I know? My law degree is from Dick Wolf.
It should have been a slam dunk case.
Cut back to the local news, continuous.
Greaves' case was thrown out when lead prosecutor Laurel Lance was found to be under the influence of a controlled substance during the trial. Lance was unavailable for comment.
Interior Rehab, Brian's office, day. A nerdy counselor, Brian, sits behind a mountain of paperwork. Laurel leans over the stacks, her cleavage thrusting under his black-rimmed glasses.
How about just a peek at your laptop?
You know the rules, no technology.
No technology, no books. I need some cerebral stimulation.
I offer you the Bible.
Laurel is not impressed.
We both know this isn't about catching up on your reading, but on the release of a certain prisoner, which right now isn't your concern.
It's my case.
No, it was your case. And you won't have any more cases unless you work this program. You know, admitting you have a problem is only the first step.
I know, there are 12.
So you are paying attention. What about making amends? Family Day's coming up.
My dad is coming.
No other family members you need to clear the air with?
Nope.
How about your sister? Her arrival back into your life must be overwhelming.
My sister's reappearance is nothing but a blessing.
Laurel storms out of the office. Interior, Queen Consolidated, outside Oliver's office, day. Felicity hums along to the music playing through her earbuds, not noticing the looming presence of MOIRA Queen.
Professional as always, Miss Smoke.
Felicity rips her earbuds out of her ears.
Mrs. Queen, I wasn't singing. I mean, I was, but there was actually been studies that prove a low humming can elevate work stress. Do you have an appointment?
To see my son? I wasn't aware I needed one.
He's swamped today, so we asked to limit his visitors.
You must be awfully pleased with yourself. Oliver hates me, and you get to be his bony little shoulder to cry on. But don't get too comfortable. My son gets bored quite quickly.
Oh, you must have confused me with someone else. I don't get any joy out of seeing other people suffer.
The women are in a standoff until Oliver walks out of his office.
Mom, what are you doing here?
Oliver, darling, I was just catching up with your lovely assistant here.
There are no cameras here, Mom. So you can cut out the act.
Moira strolls past him into his office. Oliver begrudgingly follows her. Interior, Oliver's office, continuous. Moira picks up a family photo from Oliver's desk.
Your father's 60th birthday would have been this weekend.
Oliver grabs the frame and puts it back on his desk.
I know when my dad's birthday was, but let me guess, it's the latest stop in the MOIRA Queen campaign trail.
Oh, this event is about celebrating your father. It's merely a coincidence that it fits into the campaign. I thought you could give a speech about his legacy.
I don't think I'm the person you want speaking about the family legacy.
Oliver, you can't be a queen only when it suits your needs.
Meaning?
Meaning I don't question when you siphon off obscene amounts of money to satisfy whatever new daredevil hobby you've acquired or jet off to Europe for 5 months. You can't have the privilege without the responsibility. I'll send over some talking points to Miss Smoke.
Interior, Starling City Police Station, day. Quentin savors the last bite of his jelly donut when Sara slides into his desk chair.
Do donuts come with the uniform?
Thanks for meeting me.
Of course.
I was hoping you'd come with me to visit your sister this weekend for a family weekend.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I thought you two made up.
Exactly. We're in a good place, but dragging up the past won't keep us there.
Neither will avoiding it. Think about it. Speaking of avoiding, I know why you're really here.
Quentin holds up Jimmy Greaves' mugshot.
Any new info?
I can't be the vigilante mole. My office mates aren't exactly your biggest fans.
It doesn't have to be 2 teams. We get double the work done if we work together.
We think he used an XM 2010.
That's military grade.
Not exactly something you'd grab at Walmart.
Interior, Foundry, night. Felicity ogles Oliver and Digg, sparring shirtless, when Sara races down the steps.
Dig, you're right about it being military. The shooter used an XM 2010.
That's a high-level military enhanced sniper rifle. That can shoot over 4,000 feet away.
Why do military use such uninspired names? I mean, XM 2010? Ooh, what about Firestorm or Doom Laser?
3 blank stares.
Clearly not the point.
All classified weapons have tracking devices.
Can you track it?
I'm going to pretend you didn't ask me that.
While you're at that, can you track Roy? Because he seems to be predictably late again.
Interior, Verdant, stockroom, night. Roy hoists THEA onto the bar as they passionately make out. A preppy quarterback type, Caleb, 20, coughs, interrupting their spit swapping.
Excuse me, Miss Queen, but I need your signature.
THEA signs the forms, and Roy death glares Caleb into a quick exit.
Who's the tool?
His name is Caleb, and he's the new stockroom assistant manager. A position I created because my current stockroom manager is frequently MIA.
I know. I'm sorry, but I'm here now.
Roy's phone beeps.
Or you were. You know what, Roy? Let me know when I need to find a full-time replacement at work and at home.
THEA storms away. Interior, Foundry, night. Diggle and Sara lock judo sticks. Roy and Oliver trade blows while they train in some hand-to-hand combat, while Felicity types away.
Smoked ya.
Smoked?
Like you failed the city was so original.
Did you find something?
Tracking the distance doomer, my name for it, BTW, was a dead end because apparently our sharpshooter isn't brain dead and disabled the tracker.
And why are you celebrating?
Because that was only my first move. I went to the TB43 database and entered logarithm.
Felicity?
Right, skip the tech talk, get to the results. Always with the instant gratification.
He always is.
You.
I figured G.I. Joe probably had more military collectibles than just the distance doomer, so I put out 1 billion trackers, and finally one came back for an old school hand grenade.
Why would he need that in the city?
He doesn't. Part of his personal collection. Why you forgot to turn off the tracker off? A lot of military collect antique weapons.
I guess spoons would be too tame.
Where's he at?
An apartment on Clydesdale.
Let's move.
Roy follows, but Oliver stops him.
You're not field ready.
I've done everything you've asked.
You can't control your strength yet. You're a liability.
Fine. Call me when you have some more water to slap.
Exterior street, night. Digg sits in his car, eyes locked on an apartment window.
I got a visual.
Oliver, are you close?
Close in on the window as Oliver, as the arrow, crashes through it. Rick Flagg's apartment, continuous. Arrow slithers through the apartment. Photographs, mostly of Jimmy Greaves, line the walls of the hallway. In the living room, there are dozens of pictures of one woman, Moira Queen. He yanks down a photo. Flagg creeps in from the shadows.
I was wondering when you'd stop by.
What do you want with Moira Queen?
I don't mean to infringe on your territory.
I don't have anything to do with Moira Queen.
Sure you don't. Her neglect led to 503 people's deaths in the Glades, and she got off scot-free. That's a classic arrow mark.
So you think you're an enforcer of justice?
Don't you? We make slime balls pay when our system fails. I respect your mission. We can work together.
I work alone.
The bottle blonde with the bow staff hiding outside my door begs to differ.
Flagg opens his door and Canary charges in.
Calm down, sweetheart. I don't infringe on others' territory unless there's been neglect. I'll give you 48 hours to handle this queen problem, but then my non-aggression pact ceases. I'll be in touch.
You're not going anywhere.
Arrow draws his bow from the right, while Canary lunges with her bow staff from the left, backing Flagg into the corner.
Any good bunker has an escape route.
Flagg pulls a lever and the floor below him opens up. He slides down and then it closes immediately.
Digg, he's getting away.
Exterior street, continuous. Digg jumps out of his car in pursuit of Flagg.
I got eyes on him.
Flagg runs out of the side of the building. Digg tackles him.
At ease, Sergeant Diggle.
Diggle looks like he's seen a ghost. His shock gives Flagg time to weasel out of his grip and escape. End of Act 1. Act 2. Interior, foundry, night. Sara and Diggle hover around Felicity and her computers. Oliver is lost in his own world, sharpening his arrows.
Lieutenant Rick Flagg, military family, top of class at West Point, rose up the ranks from decorated soldier in the Gulf War to lieutenant in the Iraq War.
And took a bullet from me. A bullet that was supposed to be fatal.
I'm living proof that sometimes fatal isn't so fatal.
Seriously. People come back to life around here more than they do on my soaps.
Everyone gives her blank stares.
What? I watched him with my bubby. So what are we going to do about him?
We take him out.
He was like a father to me.
And he's planning on killing Oliver's actual mother.
I forgot the only families we protect here are named Lance and Queen. He's a good man.
No, he was a good man. Now he's a killer who has to be stopped.
By killing him?
No one's killing anyone. That's so Hood 1.0. Now it's Arrow 2.0. The more family-friendly, non-sociopath model. Now, not that you were ever a sociopath, but the body count was getting a little Dexter high. No killing. Right, Oliver?
Oliver finally stops sharpening his arrows. Exterior, island, wooded area, night. Flashback. Slade machetes through heavy brush. Sara and Oliver drag behind him.
Slade, we should stop and take shelter.
I won't sleep till I find Ivo.
That's insane.
Slade turns his machete on Sara.
You don't think it's important to avenge Shadow's death?
Oliver pulls Slade off her.
Slade, come on, that's not what she meant. But we won't be in any shape to face Ivo if we're exhausted.
We've got another hour in us.
Slade plows through, leaving them in the dust.
He's losing it, Oliver. We can't keep ignoring that. He's not the same Slade.
Off a concerned Oliver. Interior foundry, night. Oliver puts his arrow down.
No one's killing anyone. We find him and we stop him.
I'll personally guard your mother till we do.
And I'll go sharpen your baby arrows. Maybe you have some Nerf ones?
Interior rehab cafeteria, day. Brian waves a white napkin and joins Laurel's empty table.
I come in peace.
I'm sorry for snapping at you.
God, that must be exhausting.
Being pleasant?
No, acting like you're little Miss Perfect who's happy that her long-lost sister is back from the dead.
I am happy.
Not as happy as she's screwing your ex-boyfriend.
Laurel gets up from the table.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I know that you'll never get sober as long as you surround yourself with toxic people.
You're the one who wanted me to make amends, and now she's toxic?
Yes, make amends. And then cut out the people who won't encourage your sobriety. That is if your sister of yours will even come.
I'll have her come, and you'll see. It's not an act.
Interior verdant, day. Thea and Caleb sit a bit too close at the bar, laughing over a bunch of pictures.
I had the same Batman costume. You realize it was a boy's costume.
Shut up. I had a thing for superheroes. Girls can kick ass too.
Should I be scared?
Thea playfully swats him. Roy hovers behind him.
Maybe. Better get back to work.
Caleb scurries away. Roy slides next to Thea.
What's all this?
I'm putting together a slideshow for my dad's birthday, or I don't know. Do you still call it a birthday if the person's dead?
If it's your dad. Then I say you call it whatever you want.
Roy picks up a picture.
What are you even doing with this?
We dressed up as the best of both worlds, Hannah Montana. I was Hannah. He was Miley.
Your mom must have loved that.
She was so pissed. She and Oliver are so alike, always so serious. But my dad was my person. I miss having that.
I could be your person.
Really? Because you haven't exactly been reliable lately.
I know, but I'm done with that. To prove it, I'll wear whatever monkey suit you want me to and go with you to this thing.
Just show up on time for once.
Wouldn't miss it.
Interior, Oliver's office, day. Moira strolls in with Digg tailing her. She stops, and Digg almost collides into her.
Mr. Diggle, don't I pay you to guard my son? I swear I haven't had a man follow me so closely since puberty.
Mr. Queen asked me to step in until you decide on a full-time security detail for your campaign.
Moira simply nods and storms over to Felicity's desk.
Here are the notes for Oliver's speech for tomorrow night. Please get them to him promptly. I presume you can handle that?
Moira puts a finger up in the air, signaling to wait while she answers a call. She walks over to the corner.
How goes the queen swap?
I'm starting to miss Oliver's referencing himself in the third person.
That bad?
But I dug through my old stuff to find this. Flag's old address.
But all his info was wiped. How did you have this?
I delivered a flag there once.
Interior, rehab. Brian's office, night. Laurel hangs in the doorway of Brian's office.
My sister's coming,
I'm glad.
and you'll see how wrong you are about us.
I'm sure I will.
Brian gets up from his desk and meets Laurel in the doorway.
You will. I'm excited, not nervous. Probably gonna fall right to sleep when my head hits the pillow.
Brian closes his office door. Laurel swings her arms. She's antsy and bored and clearly not a bit tired.
You know, it's been a really long day. So long, I'm probably forgetting something.
Brian leaves his keys in the door and smiles back.
Thank you.
Have a good night, Laura.
Laurel watches him disappear down the hallway. She looks both ways. Coast is clear. She enters Brian's office. Laurel tiptoes to his desk and opens his laptop. She quickly types the name Jimmy Greaves. Jimmy Greaves shot to death upon release after mistrial. She slams the laptop shut. She rushes to the door, but stops when she sees the safe in the corner of the room. She plays with the keys in her hands. She tries one key in the safe, no go. The second one doesn't work. A third key, and voila, it opens the safe. She digs through the safe and finds a pill bottle. She pours 2 pills out and swallows them. Interior, foundry, night. A shirtless Oliver spars with a sports bra-clad Sara. She misses a jab and he easily tackles her.
Your personal courier has arrived. Oh, I'll come back later. I didn't know you had your hands full.
Oliver pulls Sara to her feet.
We're training.
But when you guys are training half naked, it could lead to activities that are NC-17, and I'm not into the voyeur thing.
You had a delivery?
Your mom dropped these by.
Felicity hands him the talking points. He quickly scans them.
I can't say this.
I know they're not really in your voice, but maybe with some tweaking.
No, I mean, I'm not giving a speech.
Understandably, you can't have much good to say about the guy.
This whole crusade was about honoring his memory and what he gave you.
All he gave me was a kill list to clean up his mess.
I thought he gave you a second chance.
Diggle rushes downstairs.
Security team's upstairs with your mom while she decides on a signature cocktail. So I only got 2 minutes. But did that address pan out?
What address?
My second piece of news.
I found an old address to flag.
You didn't lead with this?
I knew if I did, the speech notes would be
Oliver throws them in the trash.
trashed.
Call your dad. Tell him to get a team in place.
Exterior, street outside Flag's second hideout. Night. Frank, Pike, and Quentin hide out in a squad car.
Don't even want to know how you got this lead, Lance.
Trust me, Flag's our guy.
So we just sit here like good little boys till your friend calls.
You'll deliver.
They both look towards the building. Interior, Flag's second hideout. Continuous. A green laser slides out from the door at Arrow and Canary.
Stay low.
Arrow, bow aimed, kicks down the door to the dimly lit room. A sniper tripod stand holds what appears to be the XM2010 sniper. The stand moves, directing the sniper right at them.
Get down!
Nothing. Arrow looks up at the sniper.
It's a fake. Just a laser.
Then, 2 bullets whiz from the ceiling, but Arrow pulls himself and Canary to the ground. He quickly releases 2 arrows into the hidden ceiling snipers.
Flag, show yourself.
It's not here. They're motion activated.
Felicity, can you kill the power?
Power outage is 3, 2.
And it's pitch black. Arrow pulls himself and Canary up. He cracks open a flare, and the sudden light illuminates the photos lining the walls. 503 of them. Large red letters spell out justice across the photos.
Ollie.
Oliver sees what Sara has spotted. In the center, a larger photo of Moira Queen with the number 504 printed in blood red underneath it. End of Act 2. Act 3. Interior, Flag's second hideout, night. Quentin and Frank Pike storm in, but the place has been wiped. No pictures, no weapons, no flag.
Another great use of our taxpayer dollars. Maybe your buddy the Arrow can help you when you're working mall security?
Quentin flies out of the apartment and runs down the stairs to meet the Canary.
What happened?
He's one step ahead of us.
That place has been ransacked. You're telling me there was no trace of him?
Canary doesn't look at him.
So much for being on the same team.
Interior, Foundry, night. Felicity types on her computer when Oliver storms in.
He wasn't there.
Then why do you look like you've seen a ghost, which apparently this guy is?
He throws down the victim's photos on her keyboard.
These were there. All 503 people who died in the undertaking.
Morbid sense of interior design.
He's right. If she wasn't my mother, I wouldn't have thought she deserved a second chance.
But she is. Life isn't black and white, unlike that tux I had dry clean for you for tomorrow night.
I'm not going. I can't put on a fake queen smile.
But Thea needs you there. Your family needs you.
Arrow business takes precedence.
If you keep avoiding being Oliver Queen, soon you won't be him, and you'll just be Arrow.
Maybe that's not a bad thing.
You'll be nothing more than a weapon.
Sometimes only a weapon can finish the job.
Felicity's out of her chair and in his face.
A weapon doesn't give us second chances. It doesn't see gray. It only hurts or kills.
Why are we giving second chances? Everyone who's escaped out of Iron Heights, the Dollmaker, the Count, Bronze Tiger, they've all gone right back to their old tricks.
So what? You go back to yours?
Exterior, Queen Mansion. Backyard, day. Oliver stares at Robert Queen's well-manicured grave. Sara walks over and rubs his shoulder.
No one would blame you for not going to this thing.
I'm not so sure about that.
Oliver's phone rings.
Hello?
Interior, Starling City Police Station, day. Quentin sits at his desk, death grip on his landline.
As much as it pains me to ask for help, I was hoping you could convince Sara to visit her sister.
Intercut phone conversation.
I'll do what I can.
I'm sure you will.
Oliver hangs up the phone.
Let me guess, he wants you to get me to go visit Laurel.
You can't avoid her forever.
If I go there, I'm worried it will end up in a huge fight.
You're home now. You can't keep running.
Interior exterior island. Flashback. Night. Oliver and Sara run through heavy brush trying to keep up with Slade. It's nearly pitch black. Slade plows through the jungle. His leg gets caught in an overgrown tree limb and he wipes out. Oliver rushes over to him.
My bloody knee.
Oliver looks at his leg and Slade screams in pain.
I think you tore your ACL.
Mirakuru will heal you, but it will take a few hours.
I guess we'll take that rest break.
Slade rubs his knee. Interior rehab waiting room. Day. Sara's knee bounces and Quentin jumps at the sight of Laurel. He envelops her into a hug.
There's my baby.
Sara and Laurel share an awkward, tense hug, both desperate to break away from each other, but they can't. Sara's bracelet catches on Laurel's sweater.
That's my bracelet.
I forgot I was wearing it.
Sara goes to take it off, but Laurel stops her.
It's fine. Don't have much use for it here anyway.
Laurel walks down the hallway, but Sara takes a beat, not following. Quentin puts his arm around her.
I'm sorry about last night.
I think it's best if we keep that part of our lives separate. I'm just glad you're here, even if it took Queen to get you here.
He thought it was the right thing.
He brings out the best in you. I'm sure you do the same for him.
I think he already has someone for that.
Interior foundry. Day. Felicity, dressed in a formal gown, ties Roy's bow tie.
Don't tug at this with your Mirakuru fingers or you'll rip it to shreds.
Oliver struts down the stairs in a tux, but stops at the sight of Roy.
I thought you bailed on training.
Easy testosterone. Roy needed some grooming help.
Thanks.
Roy pushes past Oliver.
So either you're trading in your arrow persona for 007, or you decided to go to the party.
I decided being Oliver Queen was still important.
Roy returns with a box.
This was at your door. Since when do you guys get packages down here?
We don't. We're not exactly on the UPS route. And is it ticking? That's never a good sign.
Oliver grabs the package from Roy.
Roy, get her out of here.
I'm the only one with an MIT degree, so unless that island of yours offered summer courses, you need me. The box isn't wired, so you should be able to open it without triggering anything.
Oliver slowly opens the box to reveal a military watch. Felicity reads the note attached to it.
Time's up? That's a little anticlimactic.
It's a message from Flag. He's gonna kill my mother at the party tonight.
End of Act 3. Act 4. Interior, foundry, moments later. Oliver, Roy, and Felicity stand around the watch.
I'll call Sara to get her to come here right away.
But with Digg guarding my mom, you're still a man down. You up to go out in the field?
I've been ready.
I need you guarding the outside.
I promised THEA I'd be supporting her tonight at the party.
And you will be, by protecting her mother.
Roy takes off in a huff.
I guess you'll be changing suits?
No, the party's upstairs, so I'll be close enough to change if I need to. And it's important I go.
Interior, rehab, day. Laurel, Quentin, and Sara sit awkwardly in plastic chairs till a door slams, breaking the painful silence. Brian enters.
I'm so glad you're both here. We find family involvement plays a direct link in patient recovery.
Whatever it takes.
So, Sara, you must be thrilled to be back with your family?
Yeah, it's been great.
And we've even been more thrilled to have her back. Right, sweetheart?
Laurel fixates on her bracelet dangling from Sara's wrist.
Laurel?
You know what? I want it back.
What?
My bracelet. I mean, you're only going to break it anyway.
Laurel.
No, that's what Sara does. She breaks everything around her. Your marriage, our family, soon enough, Oliver, I'm sure.
I think I should go.
Run away, that's what Sara does. Always has.
No, please stay. This is good.
What kind of sick quack are you?
Laurel's finally being honest.
So us being good was a total lie?
Yeah, like it's always been. Don't hang up your report card, Laurel, because Sarah's struggling. Don't bring Ollie on vacation because Sarah's single. Don't brag about your degree because Sara barely got into the biggest party school. Because, God forbid, someone actually says out loud what a colossal disappointment Sara is.
I'm the disappointment? Look around, Laurel.
Sara yanks the bracelet off her wrist and pelts it at her sister. Interior verdant, club area, night. Moira Queen campaign materials overtake the club with only subtle birthday decorations to vaguely remind partygoers of Robert Queen's birthday. Diggle shadows Moira through a sea of campaign donors.
Mr. Diggle, could you please keep a more appropriate distance? I'm supposed to be mingling.
Of course, ma'am.
Felicity walks over and hands him a shot.
I know you never drink on the job, but if you're going to be guarding MOIRA, you're going to have to start. I'm sure the Kennedy staff drink.
Diggle and Felicity clink their shot glasses and throw back the liquor, right when Oliver joins them.
Shots? Really? Roy, how's the outside?
Perimeter secured. No sign of flag.
THEA crashes their conversation.
Have you seen Roy?
No, but I'm sure he's around here.
Yeah, I swore I just heard him.
THEA takes off in pursuit.
1 hour down, no flag. No travesty, no threat to MOIRA.
Mr. Diggle, fetch me a Chardonnay.
There could be one.
Diggle storms off. Interior, rehab. Outside of the bathroom, night. Laurel stumbles out of the bathroom to her waiting father.
You're high.
Don't be ridiculous, I'm at rehab, Dad.
Your eyes are all bloodshot and you're shaking.
Because I'm upset. Sara comes here.
Stop it with Sara. It's not Sarah's fault. It's not my fault. Hell, it's not even Queen's fault. It's your fault you're here.
My fault. I've lost everything. Tommy, my career, Oliver.
I get that you're angry, that you've lost a lot. And I know you think Sarah's taken things from you. But if you don't work this program, you won't lose your law degree. You'll have given it up.
He kisses her cheek and leaves. Interior verdant, club area, night. The noisy club goes silent when Oliver takes the podium.
I wanted to thank everyone for coming to help us remember my father. To be honest, I wasn't sure I was going to come tonight.
Moira glares at him.
My father wasn't a perfect man. He was flawed, he had mistakes, he made mistakes. Some might even say enough to write him off.
Exterior island, flashback, night. Sara and Oliver watch Slade violently thrashing in his sleep.
His knee will be healed by the morning.
That's a good thing?
That means he's getting even stronger. He's uncontrollable.
What, you want to attack when he's weak?
Sara says nothing, confirming Oliver's wild idea.
I know you think we can save him, but you don't know what Mirakuru can do.
He's my friend. I won't give up on him.
Off a worried Sara. Interior verdant, club area, night. The Canary appears unnoticed on the rafters. Oliver continues his off-script speech. He's in a stare-off with Moira.
But, for all my father's flaws, a friend recently reminded me that he gave me the most valuable gift.
He peels his eyes away from Moira and focuses on Felicity.
He gave me a second chance. A chance to make things right. A chance to live. A chance to find out who I am. A chance to... And that's what my mom's campaign is all about. Second chances.
Oliver nods at a PA, and a huge banner is revealed. Moira Queen, second chances. Reporters, donors, and other Klingerons bombard Oliver, but he breaks through the madness to get to Felicity. She's found a seat at a table, rubbing her feet. Oliver takes the seat next to her.
I never would have worn 4-inch heels if I thought we'd actually make it to the end of this thing. Normally, Queen family functions get busted up no later than an hour or two.
You're regretting the lack of a crisis?
No, just my wardrobe choices. We might actually make it to cake. Here I thought dessert was just a mirage in rich people land.
What is he doing here?
Oliver glares at a red hooded up Roy, stalking onto the dance floor, continuous. Roy grabs Thea's hand from Caleb's, breaking up their slow dance.
Mind if I cut in?
Where have you been? And I know that's not the Hugo Boss text I laid out for you.
Sorry I'm late.
Oliver, fuming, joins the couple.
Roy, I thought you weren't going to be joining us tonight.
No, I wouldn't miss this.
Interior verdant. Outside the ladies' room, continuous. Felicity hurries past guests, but immediately stops at the sight of Diggle.
Oh god, no. Moira's in there?
Afraid so.
Frack. This is like sophomore year when Melissa Evans held the good bathroom hostage and I spent the better part of the year with a lingering UTI.
Diggle looks a mixture of pure confusion and disgust. Felicity shifts her weight, doing the universal I've gotta pee dance.
Right, TMI. I'm one champagne too deep to hold it. I'm going in.
Interior verdant, the ladies' room, continuous. Felicity tries to slink in, but Moira catches her. Moira glares at her in the mirror as she expertly applies her lip gloss.
Ms. Smoke, I thought you'd be smart enough to realize that your invitation was nothing more than a mere formality.
Huh, and here I thought you were wooing my boat.
I'll leave that to my son.
Felicity opens a stall door.
I presume Oliver's brazen disregard for my talking points is your doing?
He spoke from the heart. You should be proud.
Listen here.
Felicity spots a green laser in the mirror.
Moira, duck!
It's Mrs. Queen!
Crash! A bullet whizzes through the window. Felicity tackles Moira to the ground, her shoulder covered in blood. End of Act 4. Act 5. Interior, verdant, the ladies' room, continuous. Diggle bursts through the door and pulls a bleeding Felicity off Moira.
Felicity, what happened?
It came through the window.
Oliver and Roy rush into the bathroom. Oliver crouches down to Felicity, taking her from Diggle's grasp.
Felicity!
You need to go. He's on the move.
No, there's a madman on the loose.
I mean, to check on THEA and the guests.
More security files in.
We're fine. Go.
Oliver doesn't move.
I'll stay with her. Promise.
Oliver, Roy, and Digg run out of the bathroom. Oliver grabs Digg.
I need to get my bow. You need to get back to the perimeter.
They go in opposite directions. Oliver disappears into the basement, Roy through the back, and Digg runs through the hysteria of the club. Exterior, island wooded area. Night. Flashback. Sara sharpens Slade's machete, while Oliver and Slade sleep. She tiptoes over to Oliver and gently brushes his bangs out of his eyes. She stalks over to Slade and lifts the machete above his chest until it's ripped from her hands. She whips around and Oliver's holding the machete.
What the hell?
Her back turned, Slade knocks her to the ground.
You move quick, kid, but not quick enough. Knees all healed.
Slade, calm down.
Slade spears Oliver to the ground. Sara jumps on his back and he easily throws her off, slamming her into a tree. He raises the machete to Oliver's throat.
I'll let you go only because Shadow loved you. But this is it.
Slade gets to his feet.
Now we are enemies.
And he's gone. Exterior, verdant. Parking lot, night. Roy runs out and sees Flag in the distance.
I see him. He just went out the left side door.
Exterior, back entrance, alleyway, continuous. Digg busts out the door, but is quickly speared to the ground by Flag.
I never took you for a traitor, Sergeant Diggle.
Pinning Diggle to the ground, Flag cocks his gun, but Canary kicks it out of the way. She clocks Flag with her bow staff, knocking him across the alleyway. Flag throws a tear gas canister at them. It explodes, creating a large gray cloud.
I can't see.
He's heading to the roof.
Exterior, rooftop, continuous. Flag pulls himself onto the roof and is met with a waiting arrow. With his bow drawn, he has the perfect kill shot.
So what? You're gonna kill me? Let the criminals walk? That's what you call justice?
I'm not the judge of this city.
Then what are you?
Arrow shoots an arrow into his shoulder, pinning Flag onto the wall, but not killing him.
I'm the protector.
End of Act 5. Act 6. Interior, hospital, waiting room, night. Oliver sits with his mother in the waiting room.
Do you remember when I was accused of cheating in Mrs. Reynolds' algebra class?
Of course. That insipid woman almost got you expelled.
I did it.
I know you did.
So you bought my way out of it.
I think gratitude is the emotion you're looking for.
You always think you can bail us out of anything.
Why do I feel like we're not talking about you anymore?
Mom, 503 people are dead. Thea doesn't even know who her real dad is, and now Felicity's in a hospital bed.
You'd rather I rot in jail or have that psycho succeed tonight? I guess you didn't mean any of that second chance talk tonight.
No, I did. I just wish you'd take your chance.
Oliver leaves his mother. Interior, rehab, Laurel's room, night. Laurel plays with her bracelet.
I take it family didn't go so well?
No, it was good. You were right. Some relationships are beyond repair.
Maybe it's time you make new ones.
He leans in and they kiss, falling back onto the bed. Interior, verdant, club area, night. Thea sits alone, eating the forgotten birthday cake, as a slideshow of photos of Robert Queen plays.
Did you make this?
Yeah, we didn't really get around to watching it.
I want to watch it.
Really?
Yeah. Have another fork?
She hands him one, and he takes a huge fork full of the cake. Her phone rings. It's Roy.
Do you need to get that?
She sidebars the call and leans into Caleb.
Nope.
Exterior, hospital parking lot, night. Roy pushes his phone into his pocket. He punches the wall, cracking it. Drywall splatters, almost hitting a passing guy.
Chill out, dude.
The guy touches his shoulder, and Roy shoves him away.
You chill out.
The guy punches him, and Roy loses it in a fit of rage. He pounds him to the ground, punch after punch till the guy is a bloody mess. Roy snaps out of it and looks at his bloody hand and the unconscious man below him. He takes off. Interior, hospital, hallway, night. Diggle hands Sara a coffee.
You're a lifesaver.
Speaking of saves, you had my back tonight.
We're a team, right?
Sara offers her hand.
Right.
Oliver interrupts.
We can see her now.
You guys go. I have to check in on my dad.
Interior, hospital, Felicity's room, night. Oliver sits next to Felicity, eyes never leaving her as she fusses in her hospital bed. Diggle looms, arm crossed in the doorway.
This is ridiculous. It was just a graze. Most of the damage was from last week's bullet.
We couldn't exactly tell them you were shot last week, so they think this is all new damage.
And now I'm on lockdown.
I'll go rush along the release papers.
He might be a queen, but you, John Diggle, are a prince.
Try to stay out of trouble.
Diggle kisses her forehead before walking out of the room.
Plus side about a public shooting is now I can brag about my scar. I bet no one will question me at CrossFit anymore.
Why did you do it?
Because I have to burn off my vigilante club-induced stress eating habit. My particular skill set, although irreplaceable, doesn't exactly burn the calories like your parkour jumps and archery saves. Maybe I should change out of my chair for a stability ball.
Oliver looks half confused, half amazed by her rant.
No, that would never work. I couldn't do my signature victory spin on a ball.
I mean, save my mom.
She's your mom.
But she's been horrible to you.
She's your mom.
A beat. Now it is all pure amazement for Oliver.
You did good tonight. Caught the bad guy, no one died. Some might even say heroic.
I'm not a hero. But if I'm anything good, it's because of you.
Oliver grabs her hand. They're in their own world, not noticing Sara in the doorway. Exterior, plain hideout. Night. Flashback. Oliver storms in, Sara on his heels.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking the Mirakuru was driving him insane. I was thinking I was saving both of our lives.
By killing him? Just like that?
Yes, to stay safe. To keep us safe.
There has to be another way.
There's not, trust me.
All I know is that I used to have 2 friends on this island, Slade and Shadow, and now I don't know if I have any.
Interior, Starling City Police Station. Night. Frank Pike sits at Quentin's desk.
Looks like your friend delivered.
We could make a good team.
I wouldn't get ahead of myself. Want to grab coffee?
Actually, I was going to start questioning Flag.
No can do. Military already grabbed him.
Well, where'd they take him?
Classified. But you know the military. They take care of their own.
Interior military location, night. Guards escort Flag down a hallway. He is pushed into a room and thrown into a seat. He sits alone till the door opens, revealing Amanda Waller.
Welcome, Mr. Flagg. We've been expecting you.
Where am I?
Welcome to the Suicide Squad.
Interior Slade's office, night. Slade slides an aged scotch over to Brian. They clink glasses in a victory toast.
So things with Miss Lance are going well, I take it.
She's written off her sister completely, and soon she'll be done with Oliver Queen.
Caleb joins them.
So will THEA.
Excellent.
Should we start on the next one?
No. I think this one is going to need a more personal touch.
Interior, Felicity's apartment, night. Knock, knock. Felicity drags her feet to open the door.
Oliver, I swear I'm fine.
She opens the door to reveal a man, back turned, thick head of black hair.
You're not Oliver. I mean, I guess you could be Oliver. You're just not my Oliver. Not that he's mine. I'm sorry, who are you?
I'm your new neighbor.
He turns around, revealing it is in fact Slade Wilson.
Will.
Felicity Spoke. Nice to meet you.
Slade kisses her hand.
Pleasure is all mine, Miss Smoke.
End of episode.